Catcher Tyler wants to go out and talk to his pitcher. Make sure that they're on the same page. Anytime you've got a runner on second, you want to make sure your signs are all correct. Long conversation out there. Home plate umpire wants to go out and break it up. Tell him to, let's get back to baseball. Looks like our stream is back working after somebody knocked over our satellite, so we had to get that reset. So the 3-0 pitch from Bodie misses. Oh, he gets the call from the umpire on a pitch just a bit outside. Close enough on 3-0 to help the pitcher out in high school baseball. Applegate looking for something to drive here on the 3-1 count. And he checks his swing on that one, and he was fooled on that breaking ball, and that'll bring the count full to Gage Applegate. Here's the payoff pitch, and Applegate flares that one out into right. Right fielder drifts back. Fritz is going to tag to third, and he'll be in there safely. So productive out. Can't come back from a 5-0 deficit if you don't score one, so the Scrappers trying to get one across the plate any way they can right now. So Dalton Manlove up with a... Cooper Bodie thrown 48 pitches today, 25 of them strikes, 26 after that pitch. Giving up 2 hits and no runs. He's walked 3, struck out 1. Here's the pitch. Manlove fouls out the air in the outfield. The first 2 pitches are for yourself. The 2-strike pitch is for your team. And he takes that one inside for ball 1. Bodie shakes off the first sign from Tyler. He's all right with the second one. That one's popped up on the right side. It's going to stay in play. Can he make the play as it drifts back? And first baseman makes the catch over his head as the ball started curling back towards the line down the right side. Good play by Stallings for the second out of the inning. Fritz thought about trying to tag, but Stallings quickly got it in, and that's the second out of the inning. So Madden Arnold comes to the plate now with 2 outs. Arnold, the Scrapper third baseman, waits on the pitch. Swing and a miss over the top of that curveball, and he's down in the count 0-1. There's a 0-1 pitch from Bodie, and that breaking ball stays high. Arnold looks at that one go by for ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Bodie. That one's chopped down the third base side at the Scrapper dugout. That'll be a foul ball. So 1-2 count for Madden Arnold. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled off the right side. So Madden Arnold making Bodie throw as many pitches as he can until he can hopefully get one to drive one out in the outfield on the grass. There's the 1-2 pitch, and that one sails high. And Arnold's got the count even at 2-2. Here's the pitch, chopped foul at the plate. So Arnold continues to battle. Bodie with a deep breath gets his sign from his catcher, comes with the 2-2 pitch. Fisted off the hands of Madden Arnold to second base. He scoops it up and fires over the first baseman Stallings for the third out of the inning. So the Scrappers strand a runner. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. They trail 5-0. Come back and join us for more Scrapper baseball here on B99.5. Thank you. #22 Cooper Stallings, the first baseman. He bats from the right side, takes the first pitch down low for ball one. Scrappers will head back home after this game and then head back up to Little Rock tomorrow as they take on Dale, Oklahoma at Little Rock Christian at 12:15. Swing and a miss at that curveball from Jaden Goodson. Evens the count at 1-1. Swing and a miss on that pitch. And Manlove will complete the strikeout for the first out of the inning as he throws down to first. Following the game tomorrow against Dale, Oklahoma, Scrappers will head on up to Lake Hamilton on Monday for a game at 5 o'clock. Ethan Bales shows bunt and pulls the bat back but takes a strike. Then on Tuesday, they head to Magnolia for another conference game. There's a shot towards the third baseman. Applegate goes to a knee, pops up and fires it over to first to Kirby, and he's unable to scoop it up. Good job by Gage Applegate there, and Kirby just unable to make the play. So another error on the Scrappers. So that'll bring up the leadoff man, Cooper Bodie, the pitcher for the Bearcats. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Bales leads off over at first. Goodson comes to the plate. Runner goes to second. Manlove popped up before the ball got there, and the ball went underneath him. So the runner will end up at second on the pass ball. Goodson now with a 1-0 count and a runner on second and one out here in the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch, and that one sails outside for ball two. Goodson peeks back at the runner at second. Comes set with the 2-0 pitch, and that curveball's in there for strike one. Ball down in the dirt. Good job by Dalton Manlove to block that one, and Goodson now behind in the count 3-1. Senior left-hander John Wallace is unavailable for a few weeks as he injured his hand on an accident at home with a lawnmower blade. So, fortunately for Wallace, it isn't any worse, but his right hand was pretty torn up. There's a base hit out in the left. That'll drop in front of Luke Boone, and he'll get it back in, but the runner will score from second on the base hit. Wallace told me that he's got to be out of throwing and everything. Of course, he's left-handed, but it's his right hand, but he can't get his hand in his glove. He told me he's got to be out for 4 weeks for sure, and they're hoping that maybe they can get some sort of cast, something on his right hand to be able to get it back in his glove in time for the playoffs. We'll see. That's just what John told me today. So Scrappers are down a pitcher here as we head into conference play. They'll start off 2-0 against Magnolia, who will head into the week 1-1 as they split their games with DeQueen. Scrappers and Arkadelphia both 2-0 in conference. Magnolia and DeQueen both 1-1. Swing and a miss by Gabe Carter. Gabe Carter, the left fielder, he's 0 for 2 on the day. Arnold plays in on the grass, and Goodson fires a strike in there, and he's ahead in the count 0-2. 6 runs on 6 hits for the Bearcats, but 5 of those runs were scored on 4 Scrapper errors. Swing and a miss at the ball in the dirt, and gets away from Manlove, and he's unable to get down the line enough to corral the baseball as the runner is out as first base was occupied. Curveball just a bit outside to Eli Foster. So he's ahead in the count 1-0 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. There's a chopper up the middle. Fritz moving to his right, makes the play over to first, and Kirby has to come off the bag. Runner's trying to score from second, and he's in there safely. Kirby had to come off the bag up the line towards right field and had to spin back around and make the throw. Manlove had to reach back across to make the tag. Good job by Bodie there as he was able to slide underneath the tag to score the 7th run of the game. Goodson starts the batter off with a strike. And Goodson gets him to foul off the 0-1 pitch down the right side, so he's ahead in the count now 0-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Scrappers trail 7-0. Goodson's still on the mound. There's the 0-2 pitch. That one's grounded to third. Arnold takes it on the short hop, fires over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Scrappers give up 2 more, and the Bearcats extend their lead to 7-0. We'll be back with more Scrapper baseball here on B99.5. All right. They trail 7-0 here late in the ball game in the top of the 5th. Big right-hander Caden Rodriguez on the mound for the Bearcats. Shakes off the first pitch. He's all right with the second one. Gray takes a fastball up and in for ball 1. Hayden Gray has walked today in his at-bat, and he takes ball 2 way outside, and he's ahead in the count 2-0. Rodriguez gets the sign from his catcher Tyler, comes to the plate, and that curveball's in there for strike 1. Pretty pitch there from Rodriguez. Here's the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Gray, and Rodriguez has battled back to even the count up at 2-2. You can tell there's some rain coming a little later. The breeze has gotten a little cool with it instead of the warm breeze it was earlier. Ball misses down and in, and that'll be a full count for right fielder Hayden Gray. Rodriguez with the payoff pitch, and that misses down and away, and Gray was able to check his swing, and he draws his second walk of the game. That'll turn the lineup over for left fielder Luke Boone. Scrappers looking to do anything to scratch across a run here. Rodriguez comes set and deals. There's a ground ball to shortstop, hit hard. He takes it to second for 1, throws it over first for the double play. Good scoop there by the first baseman, Stallings. And just like that, 2 outs for the Scrappers. So Zeus Hutchinson now comes out with nobody on and 2 outs. He takes a breaking ball down in the dirt, and he's ahead in the count 1-0. Great play there by Elijah Bales. As he hard hit ground ball, he took it to second unassisted, threw it over to first to complete the double play. Connor Stallings scooped that up on a long hop. Good job by Bales. Always easier for your first baseman to have that long hop than a short one. And Hutchinson fouls that one off and brings the count to 1-2. Fouled it off the catcher. Umpire's going to give him a couple seconds to make sure the catcher's okay. So 1-2 count for Rodriguez against Zeus Hutchinson. There's the pitch. That one's fouled off down the right side. Out of play. Bearcats will send down Parker Lane. Another freshman goes running down to go get that baseball. There's the pitch. Chopper down the left side, and that's out of play right at the Scrapper dugout. Scrappers with only 2 base hits on the day. They're looking to get something started. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's fisted down the first base line. First baseman picks it up and makes the play unassisted. So just like that, the Scrappers' threat ends. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Scrappers trail 7-0. Come back and join us for more Scrapper baseball here on B99.5. For the Scrappers, he's only thrown 70 pitches here through 4 innings. Blake Lane will head to the batter's box for the Bearcats. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He takes the first pitch down and in for ball 1. Lane is grounded out and reached on an error. Ball's down and away. And Goodson down in the count 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That curveball's in there for a strike. That'll bring the count to 2-1 for the Scrapper righty. Swing and a miss on that pitch, and that'll even the count at 2-2. Scrappers trail 7-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Goodson gets him swinging for his breaking ball. Stays way outside to Elijah Snurley. Snurley's 0 for 2 on the day. He's grounded out to the pitcher and to the shortstop. Fastball misses down and in from Jaden Goodson. That'll bring the count to 2-0 to Snurley, right fielder for the Bearcats. Curveball's in there for strike 1. Goodson, a lot like several of the Scrapper pitchers, works quickly. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that one's fouled off the left side. That'll even it at 2-2. Makes it easy for your defense when you work that quick. You've always got to be paying attention. You don't have all this time to lose track of what's going on. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number 8 for Jaden Goodson. So Griff Silverthorne, the third baseman, will come up to the plate. He's struck out swinging and singled. Coach over at third for the Bearcats, Josh Baker, wants to talk to Silverthorne and make sure he's aware of everything that's going on. Probably telling him to be aware for that curveball. Goodson's got it working right now in this inning. That one misses low, and Silverthorne's ahead in the count 1-0. That one misses low again, and Silverthorne has gotten himself ahead in the count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Chopped towards third. Arnold takes it on a short hop, fires over to first for the third out of the inning. So 1-2-3 go the Bearcats. So we'll head to the top of the sixth. Come back and join us for more Scrapper Baseball here on B99.5. So Coach Stewart and Coach Worthen, they'll get that taken care of at practice and over the next few games as we get into conference play. Rodriguez comes with the first pitch of the at-bat, and Kirby swings over the top of that one, and he's down in the count 0-1. Scrappers down to their last 6 outs here at Hot Springs Lakeside. Ball misses down and in, and that evens the count for the Scrapper first baseman. Rodriguez with a long look in, comes with the 1-1 pitch. There's a shot by Kirby, foul. Had home run distance, but it was fouled by about 50 feet down the right side. Wind is really picking up here at Lakeside. Forecast said rain around 2. You can tell it's coming in. Ball misses low, and wind was so strong there it blew off the pitcher's hat. This isn't a case where It's like some of these teams we've played in the past where they wear their hats so loose that it just falls off when the pitch is thrown. That was just wind kicked up so hard it blew it off his head. Rodriguez with the 2-2 pitch. Kirby goes on the check swing for the strikeout. So Carson Chambers comes up with nobody on here in the top of the 6th. Chambers is 0 for 1 on the day. He walked and struck out Lookett. Chambers, the tall, athletic left-hander, waits on the pitch from Rodriguez. Ball misses down and in, and Chambers is ahead in the count 1-0. JV will be playing Harmony Grove directly following this game. We will not have that broadcast. Strike over the outside corner, and Chambers evens the count at 1-1. Strike down at his knees on the inside part of the plate, and that'll bring the count to 1-2. Comes with the 1-2 pitch. Ball misses inside, and Chambers steps back away from it. The 2-2 pitch. Swing. He had one of the scrapper hits yesterday. He's got one of them today. He doubled to the 342 marker out there in the left center field gap. One hopped the wall. He takes a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Senior. Brett Fritz and Gage Applegate in the lineup. Our baseman, he moves to his left and fields it, throws over to first for the out, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. The Scrappers will head to the bottom of the 6th. Come back and join us for more Scrapper baseball here on B99.5. Leading off for the Bearcats will be Cooper Stallings. He'll face Luke Boone. And Boone starts him off with a fastball right down the plate. Good pitch there from Luke Boone. As we mentioned in a game earlier this week, or maybe it was last week, I don't remember. Luke Boone has struggled on the mound early this season, but he has not let it affect his hitting. But he had a good outing the last time I saw him out. Came in and got a save. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That ball misses down and away. Evens the count at 1-1. With John Wallace down for a while, it'll be good to get Luke Boone back in the rotation if possible. That one's popped up out of play. Good fastball there from Boone. Stallings was behind on that one. Bottom of the sixth, Scrappers trail 7-0. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's down in the dirt. Evens the count at 2-2. Stallings is 1 for 2 on the day. He's singled to center and struck out swinging. So here's the 2-2 pitch from Boone. Chopper to third. Moves over to short. Applegate with it. And he's unable to make the play over at first. Carson Kirby is. So another error for the Scrappers. Ethan Bales shows bunt and pulls it back and fires it into center field. Hutchinson tries to dive for it. The ball's going to get past him. Runner's going to score from first. Bales going to end up at third as Hayden Gray is able to back it up. Hutchinson trying to make a play out there and just couldn't get to it. And as the ball gets past him, a run scores and the runner will end up at third with a triple. And in case anyone is wondering, the reason that's not a triple or not an error is because Hutchinson never put a glove on the ball. He just dove and it got past him. Boone with a curveball that misses down and in. Bodie at the plate as he was the DH. Curveball misses outside. So Boone now behind in the count 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that one's down in the dirt. So 3-0 count here to Bodie, and you could hear the ball misses low, and that's a 4-pitch walk for Bodie. So that'll bring up Gabe Carter. So still no outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Scrappers trail 8-0. Luke Boone on the mound. Here's the pitch from Boone. Runner goes, and he's thrown out by Manlove. Runner at third stays put. So we'll take that. Runner's caught stealing. Bales stays at third on the play. Pitch was a ball. And Boone promptly fires that up with a strike over the outside corner. So that'll even the count at 1-1. There's the pitch. Shot to third base, and that's right past the outstretched glove of Madden Arnold, and that'll score the 9th run of the game. So Eli Foster will come to the plate. Runner goes, throw down, and tag is missed. Throw was on the second base side. Looks like Brett Fritz got hurt on the play as he reached back across his body to catch the ball. His shoulder hit the runner and stretched it back quite a ways. He's on the ground now in pain. Coach Stewart wants to go out and check on him. He's up, but he's holding that shoulder. My mistake, that's Gage Applegate. I couldn't see the 8 or the 9. It was Applegate. Looks like so it looks like Applegate's going to come off. He's holding his shoulder very gingerly. Brett Fritz is going to move over to short. Peyton Fritz will move over to second. And Mac Arnold will move out to left. So Gage Applegate, I think he'll be all right. But I think he just kind of got shaken up there. But in a 9-0 game, you want to make sure that nobody's hurt. Go ahead and pull them out. Umpire getting all the specifics from Coach Stewart, making sure we get everybody moved where they're going. Eli Foster still at the plate. Runner on second, 1 out here for the Bearcats in the bottom of the 6th. Foster with a 1-strike count, waits on the pitch from Boone. Strike over the outside corner, and Boone's ahead in the count 0-2. Here's the pitch. Ball misses down and away. Brings the count to 1-2 to Eli Foster, the center fielder for the Brookland Bearcats. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Boone. Ball misses down and away, and good stop there by Manlove. Bearcats trying to get one across to run rule this. Scrapper's trying to get out and get to the top of the 7th and see if they can mount an impressive comeback. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Runner goes, ball's dropped, and the runner's in there safely for the stolen base. So full count now for Luke Boone. He's got a runner on third and 1 out. Foster waits on the payoff pitch, and that one's down in the dirt, and he'll head on down to first. So Rogan Tyler comes to the plate now. He's 1 for 3. He struck out, singled, and grounded out. Bearcats lead 9-0. Tyler shows bunt. He pops it foul behind the plate. The rubber. And he's taken second on defensive indifference. Runners now at second and third, 1 out here for the Bearcats. Boone steps off. There's the pitch. Batter fouls it off at the plate after showing bunt. So now he's got 2 strikes on him, so the squeeze will come off. Manlove goes out to talk to Luke Boone. Boone steps back to the top of the mound and comes set. Kicks and deals. Strike right over the plate. Caught him looking for the second out of the inning. So Blake Lane comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out, reached on an error, and struck out swinging. Here's the pitch from Boone, right down the middle. Fastball had some good giddy up on that one. Boone was hitting 87, 88 during the preseason. Here's the pitch. Another fastball misses outside. Evens the count at 1-1. And the flags are now completely limp out there over center field. Swing and a miss at that pitch. And Boone's ahead in the count 1-2. Bearcats with runners at second and third, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. They lead 9-0. There's a 1-2 pitch. That one's chopped down the line at third. Boone fields it. Runner is out at first. And that's a tough one. I have a feeling the runner was safe by a couple steps. That would have ended the game. But we'll take it as we head to the top of the 7th. Scrappers trail 9-0. Come back and join us for more Scrapper baseball here on B99.5. He was safe. And I got to tell you, from my viewpoint, he looked safe, but umpire called him out, so the game continues on. Here in the top of the 7th, Brookland leads 9-0. They stranded 2 runners there in the bottom of the 6th. Caden Rodriguez is back to the mound for the Scrappers, and Mac Arnold will come to the plate as he came in for the injured Gage Applegate. Scrappers need 9 to tie, 10 to take the lead. Rodriguez with his last warm-up pitch. Catcher throws down to second, and Mac Arnold heads to the plate. Arnold bats from the left side. He waits on the pitch from Rodriguez. Strike right down the middle of the plate, and Arnold's behind in the count 0-1. Rodriguez with a long look in. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss by Mac Arnold, and he's down in the count 0-2. Scrappers need base runners here in the top of the 7th. There's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and good afternoon, good evening, good morning, however you want to say it. He flied out to second and flied out to first. Rodriguez, long, slow delivery. Swing and a miss by Manlove. He's behind on that fastball. Rodriguez just pounding the zone right here with a 9-0 lead in the 7th. And as I say that, he sails that one outside, evens the count at 1-1 to Dalton Manlove. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Popped up. Center fielder drifts back, and he makes the play about 10 feet in front of the wall. That ball just kept carrying for Manlove, his third pop-up of the game. He steps up. He's the Scrappers' last chance here in the top of the 7th. Caden Rodriguez with the pitch. Ground ball to third. Silverthorne takes it on 2 hops, fires over to Stallings for the 3rd out. So the Scrappers fall 9-0 here in the 2nd game of this jamboree in Central Arkansas. They'll play tomorrow at 12:15 against Dale, Oklahoma at Little Rock Christian. And then Monday at 5 o'clock in Hot Springs. Tuesday at Magnolia at 5 o'clock. We'll have the Monday and Tuesday games for you here on B99.5 and the live stream. So for the Scrappers today, Jaden Goodson pitched 5 innings, had 58 strikes, gave up 7 hits and 7 runs, none of them earned, walked 1 and struck out 8. Luke Boone pitched 1 inning, threw 26 pitches, 14 of them strikes, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned, walked 2 and struck out 1. At the plate for the Scrappers, it looks like the Scrappers had 2 hits on the day, Luke Boone and Brett Fritz. You know, if you remember, several years back, the Scrappers played Brookland in the state tournament, and Brookland had a pitcher that shut him down. I believe he only gave up 1 hit, so Brookland continues to show dominant pitching when they face the Scrappers. We're going to call that a day here at Lakeside as the Scrappers fall 9-0. For Jim Pinson back in the studio, I'm JT Carter. Y'all have a safe drive home, and we will